Hi, welcome to this micro lesson. My name is Michael. In Spanish, it will be Miguel. I'll be giving you a quick lesson now. The lesson is based on a lecture or text called "The Dog and the Shadow." Basically, this text is about a dog that lived on the streets. Now, in here, we're going to read the text, and we are also going to make a couple of activities before and after reading the text. Now, some materials you'll need for this lesson will be a paper, a pencil, and I'm going to give you a copy of the lecture or text. Now, regarding the objectives or what I expect you to be able to do after this lesson will be the following. I want you to be able to write or develop a brainstorming session. Now, so for example, what is a brainstorming session is basically when you have a lot of ideas regarding one topic and you want to save all those ideas or organize them. We're going to learn to make that here. And there are also two objectives. The first one will be writing correctly in the past tense, and the second one will be writing correctly in the present tense. We are going to review some regular and irregular verbs for this lesson in order to understand the difference between the past tense and the present tense, and why there are some words that do not work the same way most of them do. So, for example, the difference between a regular verb and an irregular verb is that, for example, if you have, let's suppose you're walking the street. So, for example, if I am currently walking on the street, that'll be the present continuous tense. But for example, if I say I walk in the street, that'll be the present tense. So, for example, the present tense is like it's like a universal way for the verbs. So for example, let's give another example of the present tense. Another example will be I like to run on the streets. So run is on the present tense. Another example will be I like ice cream. So for example, if I say I like ice cream, that means I currently like ice cream. It's not that I used to like it or so on. Now, something important here. Now that we know the present tense, I'm going to give a quick overview over the past tense. Let's suppose I am at home now, but some hours ago I walked on the street. So for example, walk is a regular verb, and for the regular verbs to go into the past tense, you have to add an ed after the end of the verb. So that is for regular verbs. For irregular verbs, they are a little bit different. So for example, one example of the past tense on an irregular verb will be I run and then I ran. So for example, if I say I ran, that means that I was running in the past. Now, regarding the warm-up activity and the objective discussion. First, what I want to do is for all of us to present ourselves. So, for example, I want to know your name. I want to know where you're from. I would also like to know what you like doing. Or, for example, if you read constantly or if you never read. That'll be the first activity we're going to do. Then after that, you are going to share with your peers. I want you to share what you like, and I want the peer, the person you have next to you, to ask you why you like that and why you lived on that place, for example. Also, now that we know the objectives of this lesson plan, I believe you now know what I want you to do. So for example, I want you to practice. I believe that proficiency comes with practice. So we're going to focus on that. All right, now regarding the brainstorming sessions, mind webs or word webs, we are going to build a mind web or a word web. There's going to be two ideas, two like titles, present tense and past tense. I want you to write sentences in either in the past or present tense, and I want you to link that sentence you just built to the corresponding tense. Okay. So, in once it's done, I want you to underline in that sentence the verb. Okay? That's going to be the first mind web or word web we are going to do. Now, let's assume we just finished reading the dog and the shadow text. Now, what I want you to do is that we're going to apply that idea of the mind web or the word web to the text. And I want you to tell me why the dog had problems getting his meat, or why the dog acted aggressively to his own shadow or mirror. So I want you to think about it. I want you to like write your own ideas regarding what that happened. And I want you to write all those ideas or the mind web on a paper, and you're going to present that paper to me at the end of the lesson. Now, something very important that we're going to do now is that we are all in groups now. But what I want to do is I want you to change one person from one group to another. This is called jigsaw, and we are going to apply it here now. Okay? Alright, so once the new groups are done, what we are going to do is that you're going to read each one sentence. So for example, if there are 3 people on the group, one person will read a sentence, then the second one will read the other sentence, and the third one will read the sentence after that. And you're going to apply that cycle to the reading material I just gave you. Okay? Now, if you have any questions, or if you do not know how to actually build a mind web or word web, you can call me and I'll help you with that. Please feel comfortable asking me for suggestions. Now, very important, I need your ideas. I do not want to appropriate the work you're currently doing. Okay? Now, after this, what we're going to do is that I want you to write as an independent practice. I want you to write. An essay. It has to be on the present tense. You will have to figure out how to write a whole lesson on the present tense. I want you to use any regular verbs. I believe you'll be able to do so. And the group activity we just did will be the guided practice. So now I'm going to upload I want you to, sorry, I'm not going to upload the essay. You'll have to bring the essay to me in a paper. This will be your homework. It is an independent practice. So yeah. Now the last thing here is the assessment. Once you do the homework tomorrow, I'm going to provide feedback regarding the essay each student did, and I'm going to make suggestions like word choice, or maybe how to build sentences appropriately in order for them to actually be appealing to a person that has English as his first language. Okay? So hope you're okay, and thanks a lot for watching.